This is not going to work.
No,
I just want to.
Well, I was kidding.
See if the wings break off and you just the chassis just goes straight.
All right. Oh god, there's fences. Oh, it's going horribly wrong.
Oh, wasted.
There's a truck full of army men.
Go.
Okay. All right.
Okay, take a right.
Take a right. Take a right.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah. I'm getting conflicting information.
Left. Look for the hangar. There, on the right.
This one?
No, left.
This guy.
Yes, there we go.
Oh! Yeah, that's the tower. That's the Mercury, but yeah, everyone is alerted.
Oh! Wow, you got
Oh, there's anti-aircraft missiles.
Oh!
Should have said.
Sorry. Hammer the Y button.
Into the thing.
Come on. Right, you've got to escape now.
It's a really long process of getting inside. He has to hit the top and start.
Oh, wow. That's why it's being combed by a tractor.
Good try.
Not for long, though. Oh, wow. He was just doing his job.
Yeah, well, he did it badly.
Oh, it took so much effort to get it up.
I think that's the military base there.
I think it is,
amazing. Go on.
Okay.
Flamboyant.
There's no parachute.
I don't have a parachute.
That's how Trevor does everything. Just
Go on, Trevor. Come on, Trevor. No,
No,
Trev.
Oh!
All right, I'm going to hand it over to someone else. Right, let's
So
go
it's
for
LB, LR, LB. No, LB, LR, RB. Oh, I killed it. How did I kill it? What? Sorry, I must have done the insta-kill cheats there.
Go, man, go.
Getting there, we're getting there.
This is amazing.
We need to find
Can
a
you
jet.
do it?
Go, man, go.
Right, I'm going to face plant.
Buzz the tower. You buzz.
Oh, he's alive! He's alive! Get out!
okay.
More rudder to the left. More rudder to the left.
No.
Oh, God.
Watch the wing. No, that's good. It's good.
Oh, go on. You can do it. Let it down.
Yeah, that's it. Break. What were you afraid of, Sam?
Oh, yeah.
Well done, Sam.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in.
Trevor's ass.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't forget to subscribe to Outside Xbox, Eurogamer and VG247. We've got awesome video content every day on all 3 channels. Nice, yeah. That's one.
Your passengers are a woman and a dog.
Oh, God.
All right.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Come on, man.
I don't know, what's this one?
That was for the party that you weren't invited to, Clay.
That was for the No Sam party.
Always happens. I never get the party invites.
So the
Was
white
that annoying?
wristband is about the Eurogamer party that we were at. In fact, we've got some photos up behind that.
Okay, wait. Now, which photos are they?
No, they're
Not those photos.
No, they're the suitable for public consumption photos.
Legally, can we show
Yes.
them?
No,
You can
these are the
legally
nice
show them.
ones.
For those who don't know about the jet, what sort of weaponry have we got on board here?
Machine guns. So, I can imagine.
Yeah, go mess some stuff up.
You guys carry on.
It's good though. Oh, no.
No. Okay.
Farrant, you're going down. You're going down.
I didn't realise you were being chased.
Whoa!
Is your best friend going to die?
Oh, both
Oh,
wings.
that was a short-lived joyride.
Oh, it's
Oh,
the internet.
plenty rude. It's
What do you
after the
wanna do?
watershed,
Let's
isn't
go
it?
cottaging.
After the internet.
Can we do that?
Oh, so much for GTA's famous
know what, I've watched-
authenticity.
I know. Come on, where is
Amazing
cottaging?
thing.
Now I've started a fun run. Get this guy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he is down.
How many points? 20,
Two,
20, 20. Let's get and you. Boom, boom,
I was
boom.
gonna-
After literally just saying a
medical
minute ago that I
marijuana
felt
clinics on the
guilty.
left.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
How
bad.
guilty do you feel right now? Not at all.
Oh, she moved out of the way. You're going to finish her off.
Oh, that guy deserves to be run over. Come in.
Oh. The police finished him off.
Here we go. Do it.
Oh.
Oh,
Can we end this sort of rampage the Alan Partridge way?
Yes.
Come on.
Oh, you.
Oh, he's taking it.
Oh, naturally.
No.
Greetings, gamers, and welcome to day 3 of the Eurogamer after show party, and it's the final day of the party.
Oh, the party has to end someday, and it ends tonight.
Yeah, we can't. We're too old to party on a Sunday night. So even though Eurogamer is
School
on
in the
tomorrow, we've got school in the morning, so no parties today. I'm Ian Higton from Eurogamer, and
I'm Sam Clay from the VT247s, or VT247 as I like to call it.
you do. Is that how you? is that how the cool kids call
that's
it?
That's how the cool kids call it. We've got like, I don't know. We do some weird things with our hands as well.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Can we do a...
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
talking of cool kids, we do have a special guest with us, a cool kid from Seattle. He's wearing a baseball cap and everything. His name is Gerritzen.
You're wearing it the wrong way round, though.
Yeah,
Clearly.
I need to have it backwards.
Yes, please do.
There we go. That's more American.
There we go.
That's much
yes.
better. Much better, and a very cool shovel
Yeah,
style
I've been
beard.
seeing that you've been playing as me in GTA all week.
Yeah, we've been subconsciously modelling our Trevor character on you with checkered shirt and a beard as well. We'll show that in a minute.
Weird, yeah.
But you've been here at Eurogamer Expo showing off Blacklight Retribution, the PS4 version.
Yes.
So, for people who don't know what Blacklight Retribution is, can you tell them a little bit about it?
So Blacklight's PlayStation 4 targeted launch first-person shooter that's free to play, and it's actually going to be in front of the PlayStation Plus wall. So it's going to be 100% free to download and play. So it's very exciting for us.
Nice.
It's been out on the PC for a little while, because me and Sam Clay play a little bit, don't we?
I love how you refer to me in my full name there. Me and Ian Higton.
It's like you've been a naughty boy.
Yeah.
Sam Clay.
Last time I played it with Ian Higton. Oh no, yeah, we did. It's have I gone funny? Oh God, we've had a production failure. Yeah, no, we have been playing it, and on the PC it's very fast. I've done something.
Well, let's have a quick look at the trailer.
Let's have a look at the trailer while I fix my microphone. How embarrassing.
Hey, we're back, and we think the problem was my stupid charm necklace banging into
You
the
need
mic.
to
so
you
I've
need to
taken it
stop
off.
wearing that because that's not a good look. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of
I've worn
that.
it for years, you guys.
It is beautiful.
It is
super
beautiful, Ian Higton.
So we've also got some PS4 gameplay, some exclusive Eurogamer PS4 gameplay to show while we're chatting to you. But
You said exclusive wrong. You're supposed to say exclusive.
exclusive PS4 Eurogamer gameplay.
How'd you get that?
I asked Colin, I think.
Huh.
I edited it into. I did an interview
I will
with
have
Jared at
words.
Gamescom, and
Oh, that's right.
this is the gameplay they gave us to edit into that interview. So this is PS4 gameplay. I don't think anyone else has got it unless they've ripped it from our YouTube channel,
The interwebs.
which some people do. But yeah, can you talk us through kind of what kind of changes, or how similar it will be to the PC version, or what kind of changes you may have had to make?
Well, I mean, really, from the PC to PlayStation, we didn't want to change it. We didn't want to. I mean, it doesn't make much sense. So really, the big change is the experience and the ease of just getting into it. We're doing a lot of fine tuning on the front end, so the user interface to make that a little bit easier, changing the unlocks. But everything that we're doing for the PlayStation is actually going to go back to
Let me adjust Ian Higton here.
professional.
I'm a mic
Ian.
noob.
You should never
There
be
you
on camera ever again.
Yeah. Put on his sleeve.
Or I
Oh,
should
yeah.
have the handheld mic.
There you go.
So let's keep it.
You're good. I should pin it to your beard.
My ginger
What
stubble.
was your question again?
Can't
Before you started
remember.
doing this?
So, Blacklight Retribution on the PS4. What's going to be?
Ian wants to know what guns have you got?
Yeah, how many guns?
Guns. Can
I shoot people in the face?
Millions of guns. There's going to be. The game has millions of combinations of your weapons and everything. But really, the question was, what's going to be the difference? There's really going to be a lot of fine changes to the PlayStation, but everything that we do to the PlayStation is going to come back to the PC. So we're not throwing the PC away. We're not walking away from it. But it's really exciting to bring it back to the console, because Tango Down was originally on the console. And then bringing it to PlayStation 4, which is very, very exciting. Just with all of the territories, we just announced that it's going to be in Japan and in Asia, and even more exciting with China apparently allowing consoles coming back to their country.
I love that.
It's,
I love
it's
it when
very,
that
very exciting. So yeah.
Yeah, brand new country.
Brand new country.
They
to put video
found it
games
the other
into.
day.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
It's really exciting.
I will say, you said it, it's obviously did you say behind or in front of the paywall of PlayStation Plus?
Yeah.
So essentially, anyone who buys a PlayStation 4 gets a free kind of first-person
free
shooter.
game pretty much. Yeah, there's us and DC Universe, PlanetSide, and Warframe.
War Thunders. Warframe. Yeah, no, yeah,
What,
yeah.
what is War Thunder?
What is-
That's a playing game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's in front, but thanks for
Thanks for
just
plugging that.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw out names. Warface.
Warface.
Your turn. What's another war game?
Warhammer.
War Shark.
Uh,
I want to see War Shark.
No, it's got to be a real one.
Oh, it's got to be a real.
no, I think War Shark.
Can you make that?
Announcement.
Can Zombie Studios make Warshark?
No.
No. Beat sharks with laser beams on there.
That would be awesome.
That's what
I
we're
think
working
it's on a
on.
million copies.
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
too.
This is. I'm actually working on it right now.
Good.
By the way,
Didn't see it
viewers, if you have any questions you want to ask Jared, you can ask them in the YouTube comments section.
which I'm trying to get up.
We'll read them, and hopefully Jared will answer them, as long as they're not rude.
I don't think you will actually. I think that you're strictly.
Well, the way that this is going, probably not.
probably not. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I appreciate that.
So
Yeah, I
how's the
appreciate the honesty.
game?
Hello.
Whoa, that wasn't me that time.
Wow, someone just shut
the biggest door in the world.
Oh my god, that was God. Shut. Our court is now closed. Apparently,
definitely.
Bloody hell, okay.
So
That was really loud.
PC Blacklight is mouse and keyboard. How does the experience transfer to the PlayStation 4 controller?
That's the great part is the PlayStation 4 controller is so much better than the PlayStation 3. Like that was the
What better than an entire console?
Yeah, I mean that controller for the PlayStation 3 was atrocious for sure.
Yeah.
It was so terrible, and being able to get a hold of the PlayStation 4 controller before we really decided whether or not it was, they're clearly trying to change the past with that, and so that controller is really great. But the touchpad was a great addition, and it also allowed us not to have to pull all of our content of the controls out. So really with the touchpad, that's where we put a lot of taunts, checking the score, all of that fun stuff. Kind of passive items. We didn't want to put main gameplay features onto the touchpad just because you have to change your hand around. But the control, I mean, I've been traveling all over with my PlayStation 4 and playing every night, just kind of getting everything dialed in, and it's feeling really, really good. But we're also working with a lot of competitive groups. So after this, I go to New York, meet up with the MLG. Having all of those guys play it, give feedback, and that's the cool part about free to play is you're able to constantly allow the game to evolve more and more. So it's going to be really cool, and the controller gives the game a completely different experience. It definitely is a lot faster just to sit down and throw the controller out. I believe that PC and console will always be there. Neither one of them will completely decimate the other. I think that there's times where you want to sit in your computer desk and really go hardcore, and then there's nights where you're just going to sit on the couch, have a beer, and just kind of relax and go. And I think that's going to be the really cool thing with just this generation of being so close to each other, that all the games that are going to come out are going to be relatively the same, but it's going to be the experience that changes and what you're going to want to do.
Cool. So I'm having a slight tech. Oh no, we're good now. I think we're going to get some comments from the audience if the world of the internet decides to work on me. But I think the interesting thing is obviously this is free to play. So can you explain how? On how the microtransactions on the PlayStation 4 will work? So is it like I put £50 into my PlayStation wallet and then it'll bite off from
Yeah. So I believe, and that's the crazy part is it's constantly evolving as we get more information from Sony or get new SDKs. But right now, I believe it just goes right out of your PlayStation wallet.
Okay.
So and we're also changing the pricing on the microtransaction and a lot of the other elements to be a little bit cheaper, which we're really excited about. We're trying to pay attention to the fans, and we're not trying. We have at no point wanted to make a pay to win game. We want to really, the way that I see it is if I get a game like this, I might not want to grind to get those guns. I might throw a few bucks into it, and that's kind of the idea. Is if you have the money, you're supporting the game and you're doing that. But by not putting money in, you're still supporting the game. You're still in a server. You're still playing with people, and that's kind of the cool thing. Is just the mentality that we had for it is really it's not this $60 million game that needs to have massive people.
Because you only need like 5% of people to pay for the game to be a success.
I don't even think it needs to be like that to be truly successful. I consider it being able to evolve constantly a success. There's this weird vibe of free to play. Like free to plays make millions and millions of dollars and all that fun stuff. We just need to have a relatively small group being able to support it. That's the thing. That's where I consider it being successful, is if it's evolving and we're able to put the money back into the team and let the team just keep on moving forward and let the game grow and be bigger. That's where I'm going to consider the success of this game.
Free-to-play games are quite abundant on the PC now, but they're quite new to the console market.
Yeah.
So for console gamers who haven't played PC games before, like what kind of things are they going to be able to buy with their microtransactions? Is it just customization? Is there weapons? Is there upgrades on your game?
There's going to be customization weapons. So the guns are fully customizable. The characters fully customizable. There's over 25, 30 different items, guns, gear, tactical packs, all of that, and then you kind of create your class. We'll also have hero characters that are kind of predefined classes that are very unique looking, but all of that you can get with in-game points. You don't have to. We don't force you to buy anything, and that's been the big standard that we've been really trying to hold strong with, is a balanced game that's not forcing you to do it. But the great thing about free-to-play is anytime that we release content, it goes to everyone. It's not like DLC. Each time you have the $60 games, and then they get you $15 for a few maps every 3-4 months, which makes sense. It allows the game to evolve. But each time you release a paid DLC pack, a portion of those people will not get that. And so I think that with free to play, it's a great way to make a multiplayer game constantly growing. Is every time a map comes out, it's free, and so people will hopefully come back and or even when the giant games come out, they'll go and play that game and oh crap, I missed 3 free expansions of this game. I'll go and play it some more. And that's kind of the way that I really consider Blacklight. I mean, I play all the shooters that come out, and I go back to Blacklight. And it's I still really enjoy playing the game because there's a lot of stuff and we're constantly evolving it, and there's a fairly strong community that's constantly giving us feedback, and so there's a lot of that stuff. But also with the competitive play focus, this next year it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with that.
And there's a helmet with your face on,
which everyone wants a helmet with their face on. Before we go there, can I just ask? My iPad has slightly died, so producer James, can you pass me my red MacBook that is somewhere in the studio here? I have no idea. I think it's in my bag, which is over there. But the questions I've had so far mainly are being, where's the beard at? Why is the beard at, I should say. So
why the big beard?
Yeah, why the big beard, essentially? Why not?
If you could grow a beard like this,
I would.
You probably would.
I can't
but
grow
it would
anything.
be flame red.
Yeah,
and,
so you just look like an
it.
upside down campfire.
I would indeed.
and then
my chest is on fire.
And the other thing that someone has noticed is the fact that I have Bell written on my t-shirt. So if we were to add end, it would be.
It would be.
Yeah, it probably means something.
James, could you bring up the
tape.
Grand Theft Auto?
I think we're going to switch into a bit of GTA because we've been playing it on the after show party.
And we've recreated Jared.
We knew you were coming, so there's a gentleman called Trevor.
Yeah.
Have we got Trevor with us now?
Yeah, here he is. So I want to see how lifelike he is.
So Gerritzen
so let's spin the camera around. He's not wearing your same clothes, unfortunately. but he's got the. Hold him.
There we go. Oh, look at that.
There you go.
There we go.
That's how you can follow him on Twitter.
There we go.
So
can we just get a selfie? Just get the camera up and
let's do that.
the,
So that is up, isn't it? And
that's up. Go to
get
camera.
the camera, and then we can take a selfie by pressing.
If you click the left stick in, right stick or something.
So there you go. There's Jerry Gerritzen, studio director from Zombie Studios.
There you
go.
It's pretty close,
That's
actually.
your workout. You do meetings and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
Pitch ideas and stuff. So I'm gonna pass the controls to you in a second, because you've never played Grand Theft Auto 5.
No, I literally left for TGS. I think the day or 2 days.
Pass it over. I'll be a mic stand.
Well, this is one of my favourite things is the weight he has behind his punches. Don't really want to punch.
Let the boy play.
Just one punch. Check this out. Boof. Amazing. Go for it. It might be a little bit
I'll see if I have that with you tonight.
Yeah. Well,
what's happening later?
Okay, so
run is A. If you tap A
Punch.
continuously, you'll
What's
run,
this one?
and Y will get you into vehicles and stuff.
run and Y.
There you go. Oh, that was no need for that.
So what I should ask, because this is the first time you've been to Eurogamer, right?
Yes.
So tell us what you make of it. It's kind of different from every other show out there.
It really is, and I'm really impressed not only with just the event itself, but also just the UK fan base is really cool. A lot of really positive guys. I've been getting tracked down by a lot of fans, and it's really cool just to meet so many people that are stoked, but also
and in different territories.
Yeah, and I mean, this year's just full of events, and I think PAX East, E3. Even just the GDCs and everything like that, but coming from TGS to here, TGS is crazy. It's totally different. And this was honestly was a lot of fun, and the fact that there's a bar upstairs that looks down was a pretty big plus.
That's a really key thing for you. I handed it. I was there. Almost said. Oh, sorry. We just we had a question.
YouTube comment. Someone said, where is it? Killer the Legend says Blacklight Retribution is going to be awesome on the PS4, and will it be coming to the Xbox One at any point?
It will not be coming to the Xbox One, unfortunately. They
no comment.
They have different policies.
They have video games.
They have different policies. The Sony guys and us, we really work together. But this is being independently published by Zombie, and yes, Microsoft is allowing independent games to come out, but right now there's no plans for it, and who knows? Hopefully one day, but as of now, there's nothing in the works.
One thing I've had a few people ask me, and I think we've got one in the comment here, is saying obviously asking when the game is out. Obviously they can go and play it now. So do you have a lot of people who kind of play it and go, oh, this is awesome, like, oh, I can't wait for it to come out, and you can turn around to them and go, well, it's kind of out now.
Yeah, I mean that's the cool thing, but it's also the weird thing.
Yeah.
Where it's totally different because it's mouse and keyboard, but it's also
you can plug a controller in, right? So
it's not as we're rolling a lot of the controller support over to it.
Okay.
But right now it's not as good. But also with the controller support, there's aim assists and magnetism all that fun stuff that you really need to have.
That stuff we love.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's very exciting to be doing a launch game.
Exactly.
I'm very surprised you're not really causing that much chaos.
Yeah,
I know.
because you're great at talking at the same time. But let's just stick you in the I think what makes a lot of sense. We're in Grand Theft Auto. Let's get into a really public place. Create a break, a roadblock, and
police, maybe?
No, have a good gun fight and then avoid the police. I think so. But I think we're in the middle of nowhere. We've kind of driven out into the sticks just because we're going to come up here.
That's it.
Oh, into someone's garden. Oh, that's
try and land it in the pool. That would be the best.
That was a beautiful jump there.
It was.
That's how everyone drives in LA.
It is.
That is.
Last time I checked. Oh, okay.
When we
Ignore the door.
When we were doing the warm-up for this stream, the guy fell over, and then as soon as he hit the ground, a motorbike hit him, and like his body was almost a ramp, and it shot off into the air. If you hold down the left bumper, I think it is, on that joypad, you'll bring up your weapon wheel, and you should have a nice amount of. Oh, maybe it's a right bumper.
Left bumper.
Is it left bumper?
You're hitting this.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
There you
Okay.
go. So
there we
you've
go.
got loads. You got a grenade launcher, shotgun,
Got a big shotgun.
sniper
A
rifle.
painful
if
shotgun.
you're there you go. And then left trigger to aim, and right trigger to kablowy.
The Kablowy button.
Oh, sorry.
So,
sorry, didn't mean to do that, miss.
While we wait for this to kind of kick off, have you had a chance to play anything else here at the show, or have you just been standing around trimming the beard?
I've been standing around trimming the beard.
Okay.
I've been at the booth
Trimming
quite a
the
bit.
beard. That's not a euphemism.
I've been at the booth, you know, the Sony booth, meeting fans and you know, shaking hands and kissing babies.
Sweet.
So you know, that's been a lot of my day. Oh, hello. And you know, it's just been kind of a really cool event, just very casual and you know, very nice, and it's been a good change from just the insanity. But I mean, this is, God, you know, 5th, 6th event. That,
yeah, you must be pretty knackered
almost
by this point.
So it's been pretty wild. So it's been nice. So I want to look for a populated area. You said.
Yes. Let's kind of get out of the Hollywood Hills. Okay, this is getting there. I'm quite liking this crossroads here. We should park up in the middle. What I quite like to do is get a sticky bomb onto the car, watch a car drive past it, blow the car up, and then really kick it off.
So yeah, that's that one. So throw a sticky bomb with left.
Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, so if you press left on the D-pad, it will explode. Or you know, throw one on that car as well, because hit left on the. God!
If you hold the left trigger, you'll go into throw mode, and then right trigger
will throw it.
Will lob it.
So you have a good lob. Okay, now stand back.
One nibble up.
Stand back and hit left on the D-pad.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay, okay.
Wipe out.
So apparently explosives hurt.
Yeah, they're hazardous to your health.
They are hazardous.
Is that a baby? What?
You killed a baby. How bad do you feel about that?
I don't think you can do that in Grand
That's
Theft Auto.
never a good move.
You never know.
Okay, well we'll retry that. I mean, you're gonna be about the hospital now.
Now I'll know how to do it.
Yeah,
okay, now we know how to do it. Now we know how to kill people in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, we'll try and get one big amount of chaos. See how much chaos Gerritzen and his custom character can.
Well, no, not in his custom character.
Oh no, the actual Gerritzen from Zombie Studios.
Let's. Excuse me.
Excuse me, madam. I'm just gonna.
Sorry, miss.
I just love the way she's so limp when you drag her out. It's okay though. She was all right. She got up and.
She's okay. She's fine. We think.
That's a nice car.
Yeah, that was.
Nice.
Is this what you drive?
This is actually one of the rental
Okay,
cars
this is a beautiful little crossroad here. We need to pull up.
That'll get busy.
Not at all what we actually do in LA right now, but we have weapons.
Okay, so
left trigger, right trigger to throw. Sweet. Now stand the hell back.
Because it will chain reaction the explosions.
Yeah. Okay. So it's gone off. It's gone off. It's gone off like a Michael Bay film.
So now top right, you've got a 2-star.
So you got 2-star. Okay. Let's come on. Let's get that thing up.
Bring some weapons up. You need to defend yourself.
The fuzz are on their way. The pigs, the filth. What do you tend to call the police?
5-0?
I call them respectfully. I call them officer.
But they have guns in America.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Officer or sir.
That's the
feds.
That's the one thing I love when I ever go to America, and like every time I go, I swear there's been a shooting on the radio, which is not a good thing, right? But the taxi driver all goes, and they say to me, "Are there a lot of shootings in London?" And it's like, "No, because we don't have guns over here." And they're always like, "Really?" It's like, yeah, it's kind of a thing.
Okay.
It's kind of our thing.
Okay, so here come the fuzz.
Oh, there he is.
There they are.
There you are.
The police.
The left trigger will snap you on to him.
Okay, right, we are kicking off. Right bumper is getting to cover, but we kind of got some police behind us at the moment. So let's, good idea. Let's get away. The health is low. The health is low. Health is low. which I need to say 5 times just so you know. No, okay, we're getting away. Okay, so we're going to go back half the health now.
Okay, so I've got.
So where's the big standoff? Where were you headed?
Dude, I literally haven't played this game yet.
But you know LA. Everyone in America knows LA, right?
He knows the way to the bars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
like, what's up with the sky?
yeah, is it? Whoa. Oh, okay. Well,
It's like the Northern Lights.
yeah, there's something crazy going on there.
Maybe this is one of those times where you see a UFO in the sky, because there's like random like UFOs occasionally.
Naturally.
Oh, really?
Naturally, yeah. There's some kind of UFO type Easter egg.
I mean, we got 3 stars. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay.
He's fine. Okay.
Someone has simply said, "Rest in peace, beard."
Oh.
It's still there. It's okay.
It's
It's
still
still
here. Can we get a close up of them? Can we get beard cam? That would make it. That would be
Just
great.
from it.
Yeah, just from it.
Right. I think you're gonna have to get out and
I need to
do it on
find a
foot
good
because
spot.
we have a second guest that's going to be coming up.
Which,
in a
as
sec.
much as we love you.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Jesus.
see how long you can survive on foot.
Okay. Let's see.
That grenade
Grenade
launch will
launcher.
be good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fire it.
Oh, he's down. Oh, he didn't even get to pull the trigger.
Oh,
wasted.
Which was good for everyone, really.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for joining us, Gerritzen.
Thanks for having me play a game that I haven't touched before.
Yeah, you're welcome. You did all right. You did better than Sam on his first go.
I landed a jet.
Yeah.
So I landed a jumbo jet. So clearly
That's
I'm a
actually way better than what I did.
So yeah, I can't wait for Blacklight Retribution to come out anyway on PlayStation 4. I'll be doing some live streams here on Eurogamer's YouTube channel. Well, this is VG247.
Yeah, this is
YouTube
VG247.
channel,
Yeah,
isn't it?
come on.
But please do subscribe to VG247 and Eurogamer's YouTube channel for more live streams all the time. Oh, it's camera.
Oh, now it's that.
Oh, it's this one.
Whoa, mixing it up.
Crazy camera action. So one last time, while we change over guests, can we take a look at the Blacklight Retribution trailer? We can.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
You're there. Screw all this PlayStation nonsense. Let's talk about Xbox, right?
Right, cool. How is Xbox?
Xbox is pretty good.
Sweet. All
How's
right,
GTA?
Well, yeah, good. So a lot of people have been playing on my GTA so far today, so I have no clue.
I
understand
understand Eurogamer.es were making it rain.
Eurogamer ES were in here earlier. Spanish Eurogamer, they were making it rain on strippers. So
All that hard-earned money that you got from the...
That's going into my Rockstar Social Club permanent record, sadly.
It's like when you accidentally get that achievement in Lollipop Chainsaw.
Accidentally get that achievement.
People claim they get that achievement in Lollipop Chainsaw by accident. It's really actually takes concerted effort to get it, as far as I can tell.
Even the achievement claims it was an accident.
Yeah.
Name. So I'm going to go for that jet again because...
You got so close.
So close yesterday. And I really feel like by the end of the expo, I should have stolen that jet and got it to safety. So
yeah, all right.
So
I'm up
that
for that.
is what I'm going to do.
You're currently in Rockford Hills, presumably.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get a cab again.
You and your cabs.
That's how I roll.
Actually, it's much more interesting.
Yeah, right. Cab time.
So we've got a guest who's going to pop in a second.
Can I pass you the social media laptop?
Yeah. Why not, Sam Clay? Sam Clay's going to pass me the social media laptop.
Can I be like the arm of God?
Yeah,
not
sure.
with not with those tiny biceps.
No.
Cruel.
Sorry, that was mean. I've got skinny wrists as well.
Totally cruel. All right. Where's my cab?
I think we're ready for our guest. So come on in, our guest. We've got a microphone for you as well.
Oh.
There is a microphone for you. feel free to attach it to yourself.
Hello,
Wherever you
the
like.
internet.
The closer to the face, the better, I think, probably. So, for those who don't know, which is probably just everyone, this is Jim Swallow, video game writer extraordinaire. You might have played his work in Deus Ex Human Revolution, which is very exciting. You're kind of a sci-fi specialist, right?
I am indeed. I've done mostly sort of science fiction games. I worked on Fable the Journey. That's kind of like my only fantasy thing.
And you had nothing to do with the control system.
I had nothing to do with
The horse
So there we go.
petting, the horse petting of that stuff.
So yeah, let's talk a bit about Deus Ex Human Revolution. While the arm of God fires the microphone across the studio.
Good work, Sam Clay.
I'm just.
Deus Ex.
Go under. Let's do that.
This is some pretty slick stuff. It's good that Andy's doing some exciting things.
I'm
like,
stealing a plane. There's a dog. I'm going to leave the dog. Crazy man. Right.
Right. So you flying to the military base now and skydive out?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
I'm going to go for a skydive.
All right. Right, so Deus Ex Human Revolution, obviously very well received critically and things. Sort of any particularly interesting sort of memories or anecdotes from the development of that story?
It was a dream project for me. You know, hardcore gamer nerd that I am. I played the original back when it first came out, and weirdly enough, I bought my copy of it in Hong Kong.
Oh, really?
Which was, you know, which is a location for the game, and I'm a huge fan of sort of like cyberpunk stuff, like Playground, all those kind of things. So having the opportunity to work on Deus Ex was terrific. I can remember when I got the phone call. They weren't coy about it. They were like, "Hey Jim, would you like to work on Deus Ex 3?" And I was pretty much, "Would you like me to pay you to do that job?" Because it was such a fantastic game, and it was one of the best experiences I've had working in video games. You know, being a writer in gaming, sometimes story's not taken as seriously maybe as it should do. That's changing these days. There's a lot more people paying attention to the story. But I certainly felt when we were working on Deus Ex, the story had a seat at the table, and that's always terrific.
So in terms of the kind of the plot's almost the sort of, it's the central part of the game, but it's nowhere near the whole sort of story. You had to write things right the way down to sort of email messages occasionally, and you know other tiny sort of incidental details in the world. What's the sort of weirdest thing you ended up writing that went in the game?
Oh, the weirdest thing. I guess I had to do advertising copy for the guns, which we didn't use it in the end, but it's a shame because it was a lot of fun. Kind of stuff that was based on, I actually read like real advertising for real guns, and I based a lot of it on the kind of stuff where you'd see people advertising things for cars. So it would be like, you know, the new 57 XUX, you know, carries 200 bullets and will maim anyone you point it at. And you know, it was just crazy, just putting all that kind of stuff together and putting it into the game. And I had absolute blast with that sort of thing.
Was it kind of difficult getting that sort of that kind of American style of advertising across? Because by comparison, British advertising is quite genteel.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, you know, I like to think I'm pretty steeped in American culture. You know, like fan Americana, that kind of stuff. So it was just a question of writing that stuff and kind of just turning the dial up a little bit, making it powerful and fun, but not too kind of complete, because it didn't go kind of down the GTA route of being sort of almost a parody of itself.
So let's talk a bit about the kind of the challenges of writing a branching storyline. I mean, obviously, the goal for you guys is to make it seem like it is a coherent, consistent narrative, no matter what people choose. Is that the most difficult part of writing that story? Are there other challenging sort of elements?
It is difficult to do that. I mean, part of you have a kind of dynamic tension in story in video games, because you know you have the way that you want a character to be portrayed, and then you want to have that marry up with the way that the player plays the character, and that could be a little bit difficult if you know you have a scene where your character's saying, "Well, I have just killed this guy and I feel really bad about it," and then the next scene, you know, you've got an AK-47 and you're just gunning down hundreds of people. That little kind of cognitive dissonance, that narrative disconnect, can blow people straight out of the storyline. Thank you.
Is that the voice of
the
God?
voice?
Yeah. To go with the arm.
The voice of God. But so you know, with Deus Ex, what we tried to do is, rather than kind of define the character and say, you know, you have to play him this way, what we did is we showed you who he was, and then when the story begins, we say, okay, now it's up to you to decide who he is. Where does it go from here? You know, it's up to you to decide whether you want him to be a good guy or whether you want him to be kind of like kicking indoors and, you know, kicking cats. If you want to play a bad guy, you can play a bad guy. You want to play a good guy, you can play a good guy.
you can go for the super lazy sort of, he's an amnesiac, and suddenly he's a blank slate on which you can apply yourself.
Thank you for describing that as super lazy, thanks. It's a lot of meetings for us to come up with that brilliant story idea, damn you. No, it's designed in that way. I mean, that's why a lot of times you see the amnesiac trait actually turns up a lot in video games, because a character who's a blank slate, when you're a player and you're picking up a game, essentially that's the same mode that you're in. If you give a character too much character, then that disconnects with maybe the way the player wants to play it. If you give a character too little character, then it is completely blank and you don't feel any kind of connection to it. And that's the tension in writing this sort of stuff, is how do you do both things, how do you make it work without making it feel like it's forced.
So if you guys have any questions for Jim, as people who've played Deus Ex or any of the other games, tell me about some of the other games that you've worked on.
Wow. Okay, very first game I ever worked on was Star Trek Invasion. That was a game on the PlayStation 1. I worked on the Battlestar Galactica video game for the original Xbox and for the PlayStation 2. Maelstrom, which was an RTS game for PC. I've done a little bit of work on Killzone 2, a little bit of work on a very early iteration of Crysis 2, and then Deus Ex Human Revolution, and recently Deus Ex The Fall, a mobile game, and Fable the Journey.
So what are the big mistakes that people make when they're writing stories for games? Is it just not spending enough time and effort and not coming in early enough for the script?
Not hiring me.
Very good.
Big mistake.
Sometimes I think what will happen is you'll see a project with a good storyline, but it will be brought in too late. Too often, I think, people spend all their time and energy developing a crackerjack game, and then they think, oh, we'll put a story on right at the last minute, and that's just the wrong way to approach it. If you bring a story, someone who's going to develop your story first, you bring them in nice and early, then they can bring their energy to the project and do something cool with it, and combine with the guys who are doing art and level design, and just get everybody working in the same direction and make sure these things all sync up really well. So many times I've played a video game and I've come across a narrative in it and I thought, this just feels like it's tacked on. This feels like it isn't really strongly implemented in the story, and I fear that that's probably what happened in that situation. It's happening less and less. I think people are waking up to the fact now that good story in games is an easy thing to put in if you put the effort in. You just have to do it early on. And hopefully, as time goes by, good story in games, any decent story in games, is going to be something that we'll see more of rather than less of. But it's not evenly distributed through the industry right now.
Do you need to be embedded? Do you need to be in the studio, sitting next to the game designers and the level designers and things like that?
I guess it depends on the project, really. I mean, I'm an external game writer, so I'll come in and I'll do a little bit of work, and then I'll leave and go away for a couple of months and then come back again. But sometimes you'll have what's usually called a narrative lead or a narrative designer, and that's the kind of person who holds the entire story in their head. I guess if you thought of a television show, it would be the job that a producer on a TV show would do, where you'd have individual writers writing individual episodes, but you'd have somebody who's holding the whole kind of tone and the texture of the show, and they understand exactly how the story works. And that's the person who would go into meetings and be the cheerleader for the game and say, you can't change that thing because it will change my narrative, or this will destroy the character arc, and if we have to change this thing, then we have to bring this in. And so you've got somebody who's in the room all the time who can be the champion for the narrative, I guess.
And does that person have to have the entire sort of the sort of story Bible, as it were, inside their head? Because I mean, when you create a universe as sort of complex and kind of rich as the Deus Ex one, and obviously you've got the hangover from the previous games, two other previous Deus Ex games, a lot of stuff to keep track of. And does someone have to have that all in their head to make sure that everything's pulling in the right direction?
Ideally, yeah. I guess if the narrative lead probably won't be the person who's doing an awful lot of actual writing. Their job is going to be to sort of be the master of the story, and to know what changes will be needed if say you're writing a particular scene and it's on a lava planet, and you've got a lot of great metaphors for lava, which is going to be that's going to be a metaphor for the hero losing his girlfriend, and then suddenly it's like, sorry guys, we can't do a lava planet because the technology doesn't work. It's going to have to be on the bottom of the sea, and suddenly all those jokes about lava have got to be changed to jokes about being at the bottom of the ocean. And so you have to have somebody who understands, well, how is that going to affect things? Because maybe a change you make right here at the beginning of the game is going to affect a piece of narrative way, way off at the other end of it. And if you don't have someone who understands all these story elements, it may be too late to fix that when you're almost at the last knockings and the game's about to come out.
That sounds like an absolute nightmare. Are there any real sort of horror stories where stuff slipped into a game and you've sort of been unable to save it or change it in time?
I can't think of. I've been pretty lucky. I haven't had any situation where something's been like horribly abortive and just like destroyed an entire narrative. I mean, I've heard stories of that kind of thing happening where changes have been made, where entire sections of character dialogue, whole motivations have been stripped out right at the very last minute, meaning that carefully crafted story elements are just gone. And the sad thing is that players won't see that kind of stuff. What they'll see is a story that maybe doesn't work very well, and maybe think it's the writer's fault.
Which it isn't, and definitely people should hire you.
And definitely not. Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to say on behalf of myself and all other video games writers, there are a lot of us around who are all very talented, and we love working on games. Thank you.
Excellent. Andy, how's it going over there?
Oh, it's going amazingly, as you can see. Jim, have you played Grand Theft Auto 5 yet?
Not 5 yet, no I haven't.
Okay, so as you can see, this is the aim of the game, is to steal this jet from the military base. That's the entire point of the, oh, for God's sake, every time. So I've been failing for 3 consecutive days now to do this.
So obviously, you're not avoiding the air-to-air missiles or the men with a large amounts of shooty guns.
That hasn't been going so well. So you've been at the show today. Have you actually had a chance to see any games while you've been?
I got a chance to play Titanfall, which indeed is quite epic, as everybody's been saying.
As everyone seems to be saying.
I have to be honest, when I first heard the idea of it, I thought, well, what, Call of Duty with giant robots is, that sounds pretty cool, but how cool actually is it?
Yeah, it's hard to get across, I think, in video and just talking about it. I mean, you have to actually play it to kind of appreciate the way that the navigation around the world works. Is really impressive, and how cool it is being in a Titan. It's kind of hard to express without actually playing it, but.
There is a very visceral experience to it. I think the thing about the guys at Infinity Ward is that they really have that whole. Well, it's not Infinity Ward now. It's Respawn.
It's Respawn, yeah.
It's Respawn. They have that kind of high speed, high octane sort of gameplay stuff. They've just got that down pat.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
You strap in and it's just kind of off you go. And it's stuff exploding and you're running around. You're doing this and this thing happens and this thing happens and you get there's a really great sense of flow to it, and you really get sort of like dragged into the world. And of course, I'm looking at Titanfall and thinking, well, how does that change from you being a guy running around shooting stuff to being able to pilot a giant robot? And I was thinking, well, how does the literal transitions is how do you go from being a guy walking around to a guy getting into a giant robot? How do you do that without it feeling like stop, start, stop, start? And they've just done a fantastic seamless challenge. These mechs drop out of the sky, you jump in, and there's no kind of like, you don't feel the need to sort of like change the kind of controls you're using. It's still very intuitive. It's got that immediate pick up and play thing that they've always been great with the Call of Duty games. And so I was very impressed. I'm definitely going to be playing that one.
It's an interesting one from like a narrative point of view because they've kind of dispatched with the single player stuff entirely, and Titanfall is a multiplayer only game, and yet they're still dropping bits of story. Did you get any sense of the kind of how the narrative works in that game?
Yeah, I was chatting to Abby, who you had on yesterday, about the way the narrative works, and it's as I understand it, it's going to be parceled out through these sort of like briefing moments that you get at the beginning of these multiplayer sections. I'm going to be interested to see how the narrative kind of branches, because if you play through a bit and you play horribly and you fail that mission, how is that going to be kind of like a game state, a game fail game state where it's like, okay, you have to go and play that again and keep playing until you do it right, or is the game going to take on the mistakes you make and change and flex depending on the way you play through it? Either way, it's going to be interesting.
I think it's one of those things where it has to be, enough motivation for the first time you play it, but then not obtrusive when you continually play that map. Because if people are playing Titanfall as much as they play Call of Duty, they will play those maps hundreds and hundreds of times.
I wonder if the narrative thing will be part of one streamer playing, and maybe if you go back and play in multiplayer, that won't be there. Because certainly, if you don't want to sit there and listen to the guy briefing, I think you were talking about that video that you did a while back where everybody's, the briefing starts and you're just going to go, yeah, whatever, man, and just run off. Because, it's quick to the mayhem. And if that's what you want, then that aspect is certainly there.
We're seeing a lot of games like Destiny and things going for a real sort of, they've got this 10-year plan where the game's going to be relevant for 10 years, and it's much more like an MMO and kind of a large-scale online experience. Are you worried that the sort of days of the finely honed, finely crafted single-player game are numbered?
Well, I think this is a question about like, are they going to still need writers? And that's the question that I'm asking. Am I still going to be in play? And I think definitely, you still need narrative, and even if you don't have a finely honed narrative, finely honed single-player campaign, you're going to still need to have story.
Right.
Whether single player campaigns will die, I really hope not, because I like playing single player campaigns. I like getting into that world and just being there, and it's just me in the game, and just having fun with it. So I hope not, but I think maybe what we might see is more of a kind of polarization. Is you might see more games that, okay, this is the game for the single players, and this is the game for the multiplayers, and there will be two separate things. So maybe you'll choose what titles you want. You won't get one game having both. One of the worst things is to play a game and you feel, oh, here's a multiplayer bit that's been tacked on, and conversely, here's a great game where the single player campaign's just been tacked on. It's actually more about the multiplayer.
It's sort of an interesting. More of a business decision than a kind of artistic or sort of design decision, insofar as people want you to kind of keep the disc in the tray. Do you think maybe if consoles eventually get to that point where they're all downloadable titles and the kind of pre-owned thing is a little more controlled, there's a little more money flowing to developers and things, do you think maybe that could be a renaissance for the single player game, because there's no risk that someone's going to play it for 8 hours, 10 hours and then trade it in immediately?
That's an interesting point. I think you might see, certainly maybe in indie gaming as well, more of a kind of like a preservation of the single player space, because if you're building a game on a smaller scale with not so many assets, you might not be able to think about how you'd implement the kind of important and difficult to implement technology you need to make a multiplayer game work. Whereas if it's a single player experience, it's kind of you construct a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you have a discrete object there, and that might be easier to do for that kind of game. And you just lost.
I broke a wing off. I don't think I'm going to go far with only one wing.
Yeah, that's pretty bad news. Were you going to try and skydive out of the jumbo jet?
That was the plan. Nothing's going to plan today. Yeah. Right.
Green Day Tom D96, who's been following us on all of our streams, thank you very much, says, Andy, if you get a fast car, I guarantee you'll be in the jet before they even start shooting. Speed is the key.
Speed is the key. All right, I'm going to thank you for the advice. I will take your advice. Something fast. Right.
So what do you make of Rockstar's decision to split the narrative across 3 different players in GTA 5? Because that, weirdly, given that it's something that games can clearly do sort of in a way that movies have been doing for a while, it's been a lot easier to do a sort of split narrative in a movie rather than in a sort of a game where you're supposed to identify with a single character. What do you make of the decision? What do you think the challenges would be for that kind of narrative?
It's interesting. Someone pointed out to me only yesterday that it was Day of the Tentacle was the game that pretty much did the kind of 3-person split narrative before GTA was even a twinkle in Rockstar's eye.
Plus time travel in Day of the Tentacle.
And absolutely, time travel as well. The thing that I think makes this work really well is earlier we were talking about the idea of that kind of disconnect you might get where, in the cutscene, the character's a nice guy, and in gameplay, he's a complete scumbag. By creating 3 different characters, well, you fix that problem immediately, because you have, okay, here is the guy that you play when you're being a nice guy, and here's the guy you play when you're being a scumbag, and the game gives you complete free agency. So you don't feel bad when the character in the cutscene who's been petting cats and being nice to people suddenly whips out an AK-47 and blows people's brains out. You have a guy whose job is specifically to do that, and I think that's great, because it gives the player the ability to play that and not feel bad about it and not feel disconnected from the narrative.
That's something I've always struggled with GTA, and particularly GTA 4, which tried to take a more serious tone, tell a more plausible, realistic story in amongst all the satire and things like that. There was always still the option to mount the pavement and mow down an entire line of pedestrians.
Absolutely. I mean, what's GTA if you don't have that kind of moment of complete psychotic rampage? I mean, I'm sure everybody who's played GTA has had, come home from work and had a bad day and thought, you know what, I'm just going to see how many stars I can get before the police get called in and I get tanks rolling me down.
Talking of psychosis, Andy, you're in a station wagon. What's going on?
Yeah,
this is the opposite of speed.
There aren't any fast cars around here, so I'm going to drive up to Beverly Hills and steal something quick.
Does it still do the thing with, I think there's certainly in the other GTA games, is if you were driving a particular kind of car, the game will spawn a particular kind of car based on the kind of cars that you pick?
I think it does less of that because it's installed to the hard drive, so I think it's more easily
there's another station wagon exactly the same as this one.
But it was isn't it they have I don't know if it's the same with this game, but they had classes of cars, and they were grouped certainly. So if you were driving, say, like the Ferrari Testarossa car, suddenly you see a lot more cars that look like that.
Yeah, and I think in the original, like GTA 3, Vice City, and to an extent San Andreas, I think there were regions of the map where you were more likely to find all the sports cars, and that was one way of getting around the thing. So if you started off in Broker in GTA 3, and all the cars were kind of rubbish, and then you got to the Manhattan sort of area, and everything was a bit more sort of upmarket and a bit more stylish, more sports cars, and so on. And that was definitely the case in Vice City as well. When you got to the islands and the country club sort of areas,
very true.
It was all that stuff. So are you a big fan of GTA, previous games in the series? What did you think of GTA 4? Because again, it had that more serious tone.
Well, I picked up I got introduced to the GTA series from the GTA London. It's the little add-on.
Oh God, yeah.
And
your brown bread. I remember they changed your dead to your brown bread.
Because a friend of mine owned that, and I remember playing at his house and thinking, this is really cool. And then GTA 3 was a revelation, and I've played pretty much every GTA game since then. Certainly with 4, I think the thing I've always liked about GTA, in terms of the world, is it is this kind of weird hi-fi version of reality where everything, the dials turn up to 11 and everything, and it's just slightly comic booky and a bit weird. It has a very uniquely, I was going to say British, but Scottish take on, on American culture. And I felt like they'd lost a little bit of that with GTA 4. I felt like it was a bit too serious. It was almost slightly too realistic. And that just felt strange to me. But the vibe I'm getting from GTA 5 is that's been brought back.
There is, particularly with the addition of Trevor, a fair amount of lunacy. What are you up to at the moment, Andy?
Well, I've found a sports car.
Oh, right.
So,
this is going to be your...
It's open top. I don't know if that's going to be a problem, because they can shoot me quite easily.
Well, you would assume that bullets can penetrate the kind of glass and roof of a car anyway. I suppose your
any protection I can get is going to help. But yeah, this looks sporty. Let's try not to smash it up too much on the way over. But, oh God, I've blocked the street.
Someone described your previous antics. Anthony Quarrenton says, "Welcome to EasyJet." Is that libel?
The wing immediately fell off.
Do we have to worry about that? It's fine.
I would say that's not at all what happens.
No, it's not happened to me yet on EasyJet. I'm flying Ryanair in November. We'll see if it happens then.
That's what would happen if I were flying, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, they only bolt the wings on if you pay a supplement of £80. All right, come on then, Andy.
All right, I'm driving over.
So what kind of aerial vehicles you got here? We've got. I've seen the blimp.
Yeah, the blimp's pretty cool.
I've seen the airliner, and there's that jet fighter there. Is there anything like the kind of Harrier jump jets in the previous game?
I haven't seen a VTOL actually. It's just these fighter jets, which. But the VTOL from San Andreas, that was great. I used to keep that parked on the roof of CJ's house, just down at the end of the street.
Thug life,
yeah, exactly. It was brilliant. Just blinged out VTOL.
I suppose you've got the helicopters, of course.
Yeah, there's attack helicopters as well you can get with machine guns. And I haven't seen a jetpack, no. There's all sorts of rumours on the internet, as always, that you can somehow get a jetpack. But I don't know.
This is the thing that amazes me about the GTA games is I can't think of any other games that have almost, I guess you could describe them as like urban legends. There was a story I was told, I don't know if this is true, and to be honest, I don't really want to find out if it isn't true because it's such a cool story. Someone told me once that if you, in San Andreas, if you went to CJ's house at a certain time in the morning, like 4 a.m., the ghost of his mother would appear. And it was a randomly generated procedural thing that would just happen, and she would walk through the living room. And I thought, that is so cool. I don't know if it's true, but I like the idea of that being in the game because there's so much stuff in GTA that, what I love about this game is they just don't tell you it's there. It's like go out there and find it.
It'd be great to be able to write a mythology for the game that is almost completely, the rest of the game's playing it completely straight, but something like that kind of ghost story in there, and work with the designers to seed those things in. It sounds like that might be what is happening in GTA 5 with there's various alien and UFO conspiracies and things like that. But
someone told me that Bigfoot turns up in the game.
Yeah.
I love the idea that there's an urban legend in this world. It's so rich, it has its own urban legend.
There's some strange markings you find on top of the highest mountain.
But like crop circles kind of.
It's actually, I think there's a message, like a cryptic message that I'm not sure if anyone's cracked that yet. But it's there's a diagram that implies the mountain is hollow, I think, and that there's something going on there. But
maybe that's how the game climaxes with the kind of close encounters.
That'd be amazing. But there's a ghost in Hitman Contracts.
Really? No.
Yeah, you're doing this assassination mission, and there's a bathroom which is a crime scene. It's been sort of taped off, and there's a bathtub full of blood. And if you look in the mirror, this ghost appears behind you, and you can actually, I think you can strangle the ghost with fiber wire.
Wow.
If you
That's spooky, but very Hitman.
Yeah.
We did a video about the creepiest Easter eggs in gaming, and that was one of them. And yeah, I really like the idea of inserting ghost stories in there and stuff that's sort of rumor and hearsay. Sort of reminds me of playing Fez. It's sort of more overt insofar as each sort of puzzle has a kind of a tangible reward, like a cube piece or whatever for the to collect. But it's full of so many like very obscure sort of puzzles and hidden messages, and there's an entire language in that game, I think, based on writing around the world that people have translated and things like that. It feels like if you've got 5 years to make a game like GTA, you should be putting stuff like that in there.
I mean, imagine there must be a huge team of people behind this, and I think a lot of times when Easter eggs turn up, you think it's probably programmers who've been doing this for like months and months and months, and they're just putting this stuff in there because they're bored, because they have to do something to just change it up a little bit. And it's like, let's put some crazy thing in here that one person out of every 200 people is going to find. But when you have that amount of time and energy, you can do that sort of thing.
Did you have that amount of time and energy with Deus Ex Human Revolution? Are there any interesting Easter eggs that you put in there?
Certainly in the writing, I put in a bunch of stuff. Oh, and you just got sniped.
I think I just sniped in the cockpit.
Oh man, that was a pretty cool shot. That's like something out of Battlefield. Yeah, I mean, definitely in Deus Ex Human Revolution, there's a whole bunch of Easter eggs. Because I'm a huge science fiction nerd, you can sift stuff and find references to kind of Star Trek and Firefly. There's one of the main corporations in Deus Ex is named after the Blue Sun Corporation from Firefly, but it's like in Chinese, so you have to kind of translate it. There's loads of little sort of things like that in there.
RoboCop's in there, right? Was that you?
Oh, the RoboCop reference. That wasn't one of mine, no. But that's terrific. It's a kind of like reference within a reference, like a nested reference. And, if you're listening to the guy talking and he says, "Oh, I saw this movie about an augmented police officer," it's like it's a parody. Is he talking about Adam Jensen? No, he's talking about RoboCop. And then the guy who's having that conversation, if you go and look at his door, it's Detective Alex Murphy, which is the name of the character. And when you walk into the room, if you listen to them have that conversation, and then you walk in the room afterwards, the cop turns to you and go, "Hey, we were just talking about you." So it's a great gag.
Yeah, I found it weird that there was that petition to create a RoboCop statue in Detroit as one of the last sort of positive things that Detroit can kind of cling on to.
Yeah, isn't that gone ahead now? They've actually got the statue that they're going to put it.
They did a Kickstarter for it, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was. I'm not sure on the current status of the project, but
I think they raised enough.
I love the idea. Yeah, they definitely, and I think there was like tentative planning permission from the government, who clearly don't care that much, anyways.
Well, maybe they'll change their minds when the new movie comes out.
Maybe they won't want to be associated with RoboCop at all.
That looks fairly dreadful. Right. Are you joining us?
Hello.
Oh, right, okay.
Last part of the live stream.
All right, well, do you want to take care of the social media laptop?
The social media laptop.
We're just going to mock you mercilessly while you try to steal an airplane.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to call my blimp.
Fix the mic, so it should be fine.
Oh, excellent, so I don't need to wave it at Jim's face.
You can call the blimp.
Oh yeah, you phone in the blimp. You just phone the blimp services.
Blimp service. Blimp service.
There we go, blimp. Yeah, I'd like a blimp, please, and then they deliver it.
What flavour, sir?
Hello, Atomic Blimp Services. How can I help you today?
It's rainy in LA. This is rarer than a UFO sighting around this area, I think, probably.
I'd like a dialogue.
Hope it works out for you. Goodbye.
Where's my blimp?
Where do they park it? I mean, just like anywhere?
Yeah, it's wherever there's space. It's either at the airport or the racetrack, I think.
Oh, okay, so it's not like just going to turn up here.
Just fall out of the sky in front of me.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Do you remember I think the original GTA 3, there was the cheat codes that you could do, and you could spawn vehicles, and that's exactly what would happen if they would like clank.
Yeah, straight out of the sky.
Same thing with this. I think you can spawn helicopters and cars.
I like doing that with the Rhino, the tank. Just driving around. It's like, and now, I'm having a bad day. Yeah. So now I will create an ounce of huge mass destruction.
Because again, there were no tanks in GTA 4, which I thought was a big loss. Because I think every previous GTA game had them, and that's the most fun. It's just ploughing through the centre of a city, blowing things up.
The planes as well. You got rid of loads of the aircraft and stuff in GTA 4.
Oh yeah, there were no planes. Yeah, you could have a helicopter.
Just helicopters.
Yeah. I don't think the map was big enough really, because it was tanks. It was pretty dense, but it wasn't that expansive. Because you could still take people on friend dates and then just bail out of the helicopter while they were in it, and
Love you both.
In the background.
Doing a backflip on the motocross bike and jumping off.
Yeah, because there were no parachutes until the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC. But if you landed in water from a helicopter, you'd survive. which isn't actually the case in this. I tried the other day, I landed some water and died.
Oh.
So, I know, a bit more realistic.
I quite like getting, when getting crazy about Roman constantly phoning up.
Yeah.
Like flying out in a helicopter.
That's Andy's affectation, like murdering Roman, phoning him up, asking him out on a date, and then killing him.
I found what you can do actually is you pick Roman up in a helicopter, and then if you fly to the top of the Empire State Building, if you position the helicopter exactly right, you can step out of the helicopter onto the ledge of the building, and then you can take the stairs down, and the helicopter will just crash in the street. And so you'll step out onto the street, watch the helicopter sort of pinwheel between buildings, and then Roman he'll phone you up again in a day and go, "Can you come and pick me up from the hospital?" And then he can do the same thing all over again. He never learns. Yeah, I'm getting it wrong way.
It's sad that he doesn't have
I think it's our last few moments. Should we run down kind of like our favourite part of the show? So Andy, like, this year with Eurogamer, what do you enjoy the favourite part of the show, Andy? Obviously it's on tomorrow as well, but we're not here. Well, I'm not here. So.
I still think it's the Doom piano. I don't know if you've seen this, Jim.
The Doom piano.
Doom piano.
That's a terrific idea. It's
Yeah.
like, being able to play Doom by
playing the piano.
Like, who thought? I don't know who came up with that idea.
Man was crazy there. We saw the guy.
He looks like the kind of guy you would imagine would make a Doom piano.
Shot with like curly hair.
Yeah. So I mean, you talk about having like new gaming experiences. Amazing.
I'm wondering if we've got a Doom piano, does that mean that you could kind of translate other video games to other music instruments?
Yeah, you could make a Grand Theft Auto ukulele
or a Duke Nukem accordion.
I would play the Duke Nukem accordion. That sounds. Oh.
I think the Duke Nukem would be a trombone. Basically, that sums up the.
Yeah. It's a whoopee cushion, maybe.
That's not an
right.
instrument.
Well, it is if you play it right. I think. Get some notes out of that. Yeah. I did 6 years of whoopee cushion. A conservatory in Switzerland. Right.
Why have you got 3 stars? Are we back?
I don't know actually. I think I did. Oh, there's the police helicopter is just going to blow this.
The police helicopter's not my kind of news.
No, they're going to blow my blimp up. It's also not really blimping weather. Look at this.
Ian?
Yes.
What did you enjoy most about the show?
Well,
do you want to pass it?
I don't. I can shout. Is that working?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is. Okay, so I'm going to be a bit boring and say the best game I played was Titanfall, of course. But tomorrow morning I'm going to get a go on the Omni trackpad.
Oh,
which
I saw they
is
got that here. Yeah.
It's got an Oculus Rift, and if you don't know what it is, it's like you sit in this kind of, you stand in this kind of harness and you walk and
with the slidey feet.
Yeah, it looks amazing. So I'm playing that tomorrow. So hopefully that might be like the most kind of standout crazy experience. I did have a go on the Doom piano, and I managed to complete a level, which I was quite proud of.
Oh,
it's quite tricky. It takes a while to get used to, but best game of the show that I played, just for buzz and excitement, was Titanfall for sure.
Did you know that Omni trackpad is currently powered by Kinect? Like, it's not any kind of tracking system. It's just a Kinect pointer.
I saw the Kinect device pointing at it, but I didn't know whether that was because I don't know how jumping works with it. I thought maybe it picked up your jump and stuff.
Yeah, all the tracking is currently. They want to make their own tracking system, but at the moment it's just Kinect.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Kinect and a low friction surface.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, so I'm going to film myself do that, so you might be able to see me look stupid on it on Eurogamer's channel at some point, like normal, yeah.
Jim, what have you been up to other than obviously staring at a lot of things? What have you enjoyed the most?
I also greatly enjoyed Titanfall.
Oh.
And also Andy's fault.
Poor guy.
I played,
that was amazing.
I played Red Shirt, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, Mitty's game.
The little sort of Star Trek Spacebook kind of thing.
How was that?
It was charming and really hilarious, and I really liked that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the full version of it.
I like the idea of a game where you can only interact via sort of clicking likes on Facebook statuses and things
It's very
like that.
postmodern these days, you know. And I just like the idea of hanging out with the tentacled weird aliens. And there was a particular alien species called the Emoids.
Right.
Who all kind of had like, you know.
I wonder what their thing is. Is it that they're completely passive and
they all like they cut their own hair and sort of listen to sort of like sad music.
Someone's go-karting.
Yeah,
the,
right. Some crazy sounds.
Shopping trolley races.
Roller coasters.
Sam, what was your favourite part of the show?
No, what was your favourite part of the show, Mike?
What was your favourite part?
Yeah. No, you can't handle the truth.
This is going to sound self-indulgent, but my favourite part of the show was
Mike Channell.
Was just the fact that I'm here.
Next gen Mike Channell.
The graphics are terrible. I enjoyed our little. We did a little live stage show type thing with Spelunky, and we were fully expecting 0 to 15 people to turn up, and actually 150 people turned up, which was
way more than we
terrifying and exciting at the same time. And thank you to those people who came along because it was really good fun and a bit silly and a bit shambolic. But
yeah, we played Spelunky for money.
So that was my favourite bit. What was your favourite bit, Sam?
My favourite bit. I think this year it's been obviously we had 500 people running to play Call of Duty right at the start.
Yeah,
it wasn't my favourite.
Was anyone injured? Because that looked.
I
serious.
nearly got injured. I nearly had my camera knocked out of my hand, and we wouldn't have done any work if that had happened. But actually, I think have you seen Battlefield 4 running on Xbox One? It's pretty nuts. Like that is a really smooth, nice game.
They got a new map that they're showing off here.
Yeah, they've got a new map. And it's like solid 60 frames per session. Per session.
That is a really low
60 frames
like
throughout the entire
session. You get one of those old school projectors.
You get to choose a frame every so often. No, it just looks really slick, and you know what? Like that game gets a lot of bad press. That from the console side of things, like they're always like, oh, it looks better on the PC. Like the next gen version of Battlefield 4 obviously looks dazzling, and it just plays really, really solidly. And also Titanfall is still great, and we had Abby on.
I've not heard much about Titanfall.
No, nothing about
I've not heard
Titanfall. People queued for that game, and people are happy.
Yeah.
Sadly, Jane, you've got like death flu right now, Expo flu. Is that what we're calling it? But
and now, so have you all. Since we've been in I'm the Typhoid Mary of Eurogamer Expo 2013, and everyone, you're welcome for the germs. You're all infected now. My favourite part of the show, apart from hanging out with you fine people, and Abby and Julie yesterday, who were also wonderful. I'm actually going to have to duplicate Mike's thank you for my favourite part of the show, which was our speedrun Spelunky Spectacular.
Made me look ungrateful. Yeah.
My favourite.
I also thank everyone.
My favourite part was when I got up on stage and was doing really well on my run through of Spelunky and said, well, I'm doing really well, and I'm just lucky that I haven't had one of the randomised dark levels, which are extremely rare, and then plunged into darkness immediately. Literally, yeah. The entire session, the entire 45-minute session, the only dark level was mine just after I brought it on myself. So that was my favourite bit of bad luck, but also my favourite, most heartening experience when we had several hundred people in, and that was very, very fun.
My memory of it isn't that good. I seem to remember I did really well. So.
Yeah. Let history record that Andy Farrant didn't embarrass himself on stage at Eurogamer Expo.
Amazingly. I'm going to ramp it into the sea. Yeah.
That's how most of my mail ends up.
Take that, everyone's mail. All right.
I think we should also thank James, who is behind the scenes right now, running the place.
Yeah.
Big high. Excellent. Hey, there we go. James is
spin that camera.
Do you have a shot of? Can we have the cut the game. We just want.
There he is.
There he is. Look at that beautiful man.
Let's get it off.
And yes.
Yeah. So thanks for watching the live streams, everyone who has.
Can we end with punching a shark? Is that the plan, or?
I'm going to see if I can find a shark.
Let's find a shark.
What about last call for questions? Any more questions on the YouTube comments?
Is anyone
Any more questions
saying anything?
for Jim or us or anyone? We can phone someone up if you want.
Yeah. Call our 0907.
Oh, the police hate these guys. Yeah.
They ruin all your fun.
All my shark punching fun. Is it illegal to punch sharks though? I mean,
I'm sure they dislike it.
I mean, what has this country got to?
Can we
You can't even punch a shark. How do you even dive? I forget.
X? No, X?
No.
Left bump? Right bump?
No. Yes.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Thinks your flu is from drinking spider poison.
Oh yes, that would be it. Yeah,
I
knew I'd done something to bring this flu on myself.
Flu-like symptoms from all that spider
I've handled
poison.
a lot of controllers and microphones, and there's been a lot of like communal sharing of jelly beans and stuff. So the Haribo, I think, was the vector of transmission vector.
I hear, the people had problems with the Oculus Rift at Penny Arcade Expo. People were
Getting conjunctivitis off the lenses.
And at last year's Eurogamer Expo, I was playing Hand in Control, which was literally soaking wet. Like someone had dipped it into a bucket and then handed it to me.
Amazing.
You know, have a bowler. Yeah. Hey.
But just remember to bring plastic gloves and plenty of that
gel
plenty of that Purell stuff.
Yeah.
You're seeing a lot of fish, but not many sharks.
I don't think you're out far enough, Andy. I don't think you're far enough out to sea where the sharks hang out.
This is great, actually.
It'll appear as a red dot on your mini map
okay.
when a shark starts circling you.
Right, I'm going to swim out.
I think we've had some comments saying this handheld mic sounds a bit like Robocop. So if I sound like a flu-addled Robocop, I apologise.
As usual.
Yeah, Robocop gets flu. Sounds like me.
We've got a request from Joshy Blackman.
Yeah.
It says, you've got a microphone.
Andy, please, can you say hi, Josh?
Hi, Josh.
There we go. Josh, you're welcome.
Any more?
Yeah, who else wants a hi?
I hope you can punch this shark, Andy. Or at least get eaten by him. Gloriously eaten.
Okay.
I want you to get mugged by the Little Mermaid.
That's an Easter egg.
That's definitely something that will happen in the... Whoa.
Oh, fast swim cheat.
Oh, yeah, if you can find that, that would be useful. Because I'm not finding any sharks right now. I still need that achievement.
Actually, now I think you should be playing the Dad.
Yeah, this is quite peaceful, isn't it?
Yeah, this is quite peaceful. And the police have let you go. They're like, oh, he's swum off. He's
like,
clearly a solid swimmer.
Let's let the shark.
Yeah,
this is international waters. They don't have jurisdiction out here.
The shark's jurisdiction once you get out of this far.
You could marry the shark.
Yeah, well, exactly. I could do whatever I want. Once I find him, wherever he is.
Like, when we find the shark, which we inevitably will do, like, what sort of amount of time have we got to punch it before it kind of eats us?
Can I even punch underwater? I can get. I'm gonna have to surface and like punch like this on the.
Does it help if you're bleeding? Because you do have a bullet hole in your back.
Okay, left, LB, right. Left.
We don't.
Right.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, that's true.
Here we go. Fast swim.
Yeah, fast swim. All right, let's get underwater. Wait. These waves are making it difficult. Come on, come on, shark.
Come on.
Ben, you know the submarine you get in GTA 5. Have you had any chance to use it again? Because it's like parked up by your like airbase.
Yeah,
you get a submarine for a
yeah.
mission, and then it's like parked in your like scrapyard thing. And I was looking at it thinking, how that is some effort to get it back in the sea, but there doesn't seem any reason to use it again. It's just
How do you get it? Do you have to like load it onto the back of a truck or something?
So you have to get a tow truck, or you have to get, you know, that massive Huey that you steal. You have to get another one of them and then pick it up that way. But it seems pretty like you have to go out your way. There has to be something in the sea that's worth getting, other than, you know, punching a shark.
A shipwreck or something.
Yeah, a shipwreck. You know,
that would be cool.
Definitely shipwreck in there. Like they showed that in the early trailers and screenshots. There's definitely like
there's like a
but
crash
not like
tanker
a pirate
or something.
shipwreck,
Yeah.
like a crash tanker.
There's like a bunch of undersea stuff, right?
Yeah.
Pick up bonuses and
There's the one point in the game when I was playing it, and I don't know whether this was just my console having an episode, but the frame rate went through the floor when I surfaced in the submarine. Like,
I'm drowning.
Absolutely through the floor. Like, way, you know, this it's fine here, but in the submarine, for some reason, every time I surfaced, it slowed down so much. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe my console was just dying or something. Too much GTA.
Yeah, when I was playing as Trevor the other day, I switched to him, and he was in his pants on an island, surrounded by dead cops and drunk. And it was the water by there was there seemed to be something underwater there. It looked like the kind of remains of a pier or something, and that was where was it? Yeah, sort of over here-ish. So maybe we should head there instead.
That's a long swim.
I'm going to switch to someone who's might be nearer. Brilliant. All right, come on, Michael. What are you up to? The thing is, Michael isn't usually up to wacky stuff like Trevor is. Michael's usually just sat in a restaurant looking sad and just sighing.
Crying on a bench.
I got one where he was just waiting in the alley just across from his house, sitting in the car, looking really sad.
Looking depressed.
I was like, wow, he doesn't even want to go home.
Yeah, poor Michael. Right.
He's got a very fetching beard.
Yeah, all my characters got enormous beards, because why wouldn't you?
Right. Your Michael's son is voiced by Jonah Hill, right? Am I correct in saying that? Yeah.
Is he?
I believe so. Yes.
I thought I recognised the voice. That's great.
It's just yet again another amazing voice where you hear it and think, oh wow, they kept that quiet. Like he's quite a good voice to have. Oh, ow! Ow! That is how you. That's how you leave your. Yeah.
You let your beard take you.
Yeah, that's the benefit of that massive beard, chin protection.
The thing about like Jonah Hill though is that character is exactly the character Jonah Hill plays in everything. So it was either get him or get someone who sounds exactly like him. So I guess they just went for the more expensive but more authentic option.
And people would say, well,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bargain basement Jonah Hill actor. Right, I'm going to get a cab again.
And seeing as we have been looking at Grand Theft Auto like the past few days, online is out on Tuesday. Which I get the impression, well, before the game came out, I thought maybe Rockstar is saying to us all, 2 weeks with the normal game, you'll be finished, and then online. And I've literally touched nothing of the main game. I've just been like cycling places, getting my stamina up, flying jumbo jets, nothing to do with story. I don't know when I will finish this game. Will I ever finish? Probably not.
I think the talking to people.
There's this guy. He's been following me around. I think he's about to do something.
I think they Rockstar was saying on their newswire, I think they were talking about GTA Online, and they were saying basically it might be a bit buggy for the first few weeks, just because so many people are going to be trying to connect to that on the first day. It's going to be quite the kind of technical accomplishment if they can get through that without the whole thing falling over.
No chance whatsoever. I suspect on Tuesday, with the entire world trying to log in and create their character and do all that server intensive stuff, I just don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna fall down. There's gonna be a lot of grumpy people, and actually Rockstar sort of attempted to like preempt that a little bit by going, "There's gonna be some problems, but like please bear with us."
Expectations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because GTA fans are well known for their patience and.
That'll be fine, I'm sure. Right.
All right, so here we are, Andy.
Yeah.
What is this last action of the day you're endeavouring?
I'm going to swim out and see if there's anything interesting under the sea.
Okay, all right. And what are you expecting out there?
I don't know, like just something cool underwater.
Is this a suicide attempt?
Maybe.
Walking out to sea in your suit.
Pockets full of rocks. Yeah.
All right, so you still got the fast swim cheat on.
Sure have.
So I'm pleased about that because I think we're heading out quite a way.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
To this like little island.
All right, I'm feeling good about whatever it is you're trying to do here.
I'm heading this way.
Yeah.
It's beautiful around here. It's lovely. Yeah.
All right. Are those intelligent next gen fish, or are they tragically?
Well, they move out of the way.
Tragically dumb current gen fish. They don't move out of the way.
They're moving out of the way.
I'm sorry, I'm distracting you. Please do proceed to the island.
Sorry, I'm going to swim over. Right.
What awaits us on the island, Andy? Tell us.
Probably not Trevor in his pants, hopefully.
No, you would think not. Yeah, you don't encounter each other very much, and when you do, Michael, I approached Franklin as Michael, and Michael was like, "Stop stalking me, kid." And then I tried to run him down, and he was just like a brick wall, just completely inert.
I had before Franklin and Trevor had met in the story. I found Franklin as Trevor.
Yes.
And I thought I'd run up and give him sort of a friendly punch. And
as you do.
An assault rifle on me, and shot me to death.
Really?
In the street, yeah.
Really? I didn't think you could even punch each other.
Yeah,
actually, I tried.
Franklin
and failed.
And then he shot me to death.
Oh well. Oh well. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Come on, Michael. Should have taken those shoes off.
Yeah, get some flippers or something.
It's like the end of Splash. Tom Hanks jumps straight in the water. The end of Splash, which is a very old film starring Tom Hanks. He just decides to go and live with the mermaids and jumps in the water in a full suit. And then the ending credits is just Tom Hanks swimming around underwater in a suit.
Does he punch a shark at any
No.
time? Okay.
Would be more awesome if you had.
Yeah.
Just putting that out.
Like a shark is putting the moves on his mermaid girlfriend.
Dude, look cool. Take that.
You have to punch him in the nose, right? That disorients sharks.
Isn't that wolves? Or bears?
That's not wolves.
Anyway,
It's you have to punch Mike in the nose to disorient him.
Like a biro pen in that kind of like
they've got like.
Yep.
Could you punch them in the gills? I think.
I think it's the nose is where they keep their brains, or.
I think if you like jam your hand in their gills, they don't like that.
Oh no! Well, I wouldn't like that if I had gills. Yeah, a really poorly informed episode of National Geographic.
People can learn
I think
stuff
if you
watching
like,
this
do a dance around them, then it disorients them. Yes. How do you disable a shark?
Also
please?
about bears, because I'm never sure if you're supposed to climb trees or not. Don't climb trees. Are you supposed to play dead? Or
no,
well?
that was propaganda spread by bears.
By bears.
They're like, just lie down, and we get confused, and we'll leave you alone.
I went to Canada.
Bears say that.
They said to us that there were two types of bear.
Okay.
And one bear, if you saw it, you had to run away from it.
Okay.
And the other kind of bear, you had
Ah.
So,
Well, it's 50-50.
Yeah,
I mean,
So, yeah, I guess that
Could go
would be
either
like,
way.
say, if you had two people.
Ah,
you
yes.
take a choice, one of them-
oh, sorry, I don't know what.
Sorry, I should be in the middle.
What's on anymore?
Go on. So 2 types of bear, one of which kills you if you play dead. The other one.
One type of bear which will kill you if you play dead, and one type of bear which would kill you if you ran away. And they both look exactly the same. So if you had two people, there was a chance that like one of you would get out alive.
so flip a coin, basically.
I heard that you shouldn't climb up the tree because if you're being chased by a bear and you climb up a tree, you just end up being chased by a bear up a tree, which puts you at a tactical disadvantage.
Not a lot of options when you're up there, really. Throw your shoe at him. It's like, oh no, he's coming. Oh no, he's eating the shoe.
When it comes to bears, I learnt from Brian Blessed, you just punch it in the nose.
Yeah.
Brian Blessed says a lot of things.
Have you heard about this story about Brian Blessed? So he doesn't want to hurt animals, obviously being Brian Blessed, and they're on the North Pole, and there are some geezers with him, obviously with rifle. Oh, we found what is this?
There's something underwater.
We found something. Ah, we have found a ship. Anyway, essentially, he told some geezers with guns not to shoot. This is the technical term. This bear, and the bear got closer to his tent. The bear came into his tent, and then he punched it straight in the nose and shouted at it, and it walked off.
Brian Blessed's a bit of an action hero, though, isn't he? Because he's climbed Everest,
Yes.
right? Which
he's done everything. Name everything, and he's probably done it.
all right, but he's definitely climbed Everest, which is a thing that kills like multiple people every year, and he's clearly made of sort of sterner stuff. So
it's the beard.
It probably is the beard keeps him warm. He's hot. He's taking clothes off at the top of Everest. Sorry, that's a weird image. So Brian Blessed disrobing in the top of Everest. We have lots of questions actually, so let's rattle through them. I'm just going to dish them out to various people. So Jane, have you seen the new Steam announcements?
I have seen the new Steam announcements. I saw the controller yesterday, the Bizarro controller, but I have to confess that being in this room, having fun at Eurogamer Expo, I haven't had a lot of time for serious news. I did see the latest of the Valve announcements, though, and it was that Bizarro controller with the 2 thumbstick pads and speakers and Lord knows what else. So something that is very much not Half-Life 3, I think.
I hear Half-Life 3 is in it. The soul of Half-Life 3 is inside the controller.
One of the things I thought was quite cool, which is well thought out, is it has a touchscreen, but selecting options, it's actually a clickable touchscreen, so you click the button to select options. So you can swipe through things just like a normal touchscreen, but to select it, you actually have to click it, which means you're not going to get that sort of accidental thing where you accidentally touch the touchscreen in the middle and it activates anything. But this touchscreen can be programmed by the game developers to display all sorts of things. So it kind of gets around that thing with the lack of a keyboard that you get on some Xbox games where you've got to hold about 4 different buttons and then move a thumbstick and then select an option as well, by just having a sort of a little screen which can be programmed with options. We've got another question here. So Sam Clay of VG247 fame, what is the game you're most looking forward to?
Can I say Titanfall again?
You can say Titanfall as many times as you like.
Okay, fine, yes. Titanfall is what I'm looking forward to.
I think there's a shark, by the way.
Oh, you found a shark. Okay, this is good.
Right, am I going to try and punch it? All right.
Here we go. Okay.
All right.
This is it. Here we go.
Coming for you, shark.
Someone also said this is Bear Grylls and GTA.
Bear Grylls.
Come here, shark.
Oh, okay.
I will punch you.
You have better visibility underwater. Get
I
underwater.
can't punch
more
underwater.
Visibility.
Can't punch
Well,
underwater.
okay.
you.
You're gonna punch it in the fin.
Yeah, all right.
Manaway Sharko.
Come here.
See?
Come here, shark. You get
All
back
right,
here and
all
take
right,
your
right.
medicine.
Come back in, you son of a dog.
Andy, it's all been building to this.
Yes.
The only thing I ever wanted is to see Michael punch a shark in GTA 5.
Come back here.
Don't disappoint
This
me.
shark is a coward.
Or do we just hit it and then realise
We've never done it before. We have no idea.
It's not mixed martial arts, it's mixed species.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
This shark is a
Okay.
coward. He's afraid.
You're fighting
to
for the pride of humanity here.
Yeah, come
against
on.
shark kind.
The entire stream.
Yes.
He's legging it. He's running away.
Well, he's clearly
I've got-
terrified of you.
Doesn't realise
But
I've got fast
that's not good
swim.
enough.
This is
If
the
you don't land a
human-
punch,
Get back here.
I'm calling this a total failure. Yeah. Yeah. Ian is saying ride in dolphin style. Grab his fin.
Get back here.
Come on.
I've
won't
got
hurt
fast
you. You'll
swim
like
on
it.
and everything. This guy's weird. I don't like him.
What was the film with the vegetarian shark?
I don't know. Shark Tales. Shark Tales. Okay. All right. Shark Tales was the film with the vegetarian shark. All right.
Yes. Take that.
Following his masterful Spelunky commentary, I'm going to give this to Mike because he's good at this stuff.
Not really. But I do have a question while you're at that, Andy.
Yes.
From your biggest fan, Joshy Blackman,
Hey,
which is,
Joshy.
what is your favourite game of all time?
Oh man, of all time. Yeah, anything you can punch a shark in. So Far Cry 3, this. No, oh god, of all time. That's difficult. I love probably Monkey Island, Secret of Monkey Island.
Secret of Monkey Island, the original one?
Yeah, the graphic adventure from the 90s. I love that, and all of the kind of LucasArts graphic adventures. So
R.I.P. LucasArts.
R.I.P. LucasArts. I know. And maybe the original Resident Evil, just for the impact it had on me when I played it.
Bit of a horror fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god!
No, he's come back.
It's on.
He came back to finish the job.
It properly gamed you. It just like flanked you, basically.
Nah.
Got you talking about Secret. Is Josh, are you the shark? Was the shark commenting on the YouTube screen to distract you? Yeah, I know. It's like that intelligent dolphin at the end of Johnny Mnemonic.
Did you feel that was a party? Did you feel that we got through this as one?
What are you talking
about? He's gone party crazy. Yeah, it was a party. It was fun. Thank you, everyone who's watched so far, everyone who's commented, and
thank you, Rattling Trolley.
Thank you,
as well.
yeah, whoever's making vast amounts of noise.
To the Rattling Trolley.
We love you all. Thank you. See you at the expo tomorrow.
Yeah. Subscribe to all our channels.
Subscribe to all the channels, which are youtube.com/Eurogamer, youtube.com/MrVG247. Is that you?
That is me. Or you can just go youtube.com/VG247 and it will go to the same place.
Oh, that works. Okay, that's a lot easier. Less wear on your M and R keys if you do that. And youtube.com/OutsideXbox. Thank you very much for joining us. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye.